Greetings and salutations. We are going to complete chapter 6 of our text, Threads and Fasteners. We have the 4 parts done. We have the base chamber, the gasket, the cover plate, and the screw. We have that all done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to assemble that and then to explode it and then put it into a drawing. So we've come up here and you have assembly, drawing, part, and presentation. So we picked assembly. Now you've drawn the part and you've been doing drawing, so assembly's where we're going. Now we're going to pick place, and so we're going to select it again, and we're going to have to go to the directory where we have our part saved. So go to your directory and subdirectory if need be. And the first one is going to be the base chamber. That's number 24. So we'll come down here, we'll pick number 24, and we'll hit open. And I'm not sure where we're at. There, we'll hit escape. It's upside down, but that's okay. We'll be able to flip it up and over to get used to it. Okay, and then we're going to place another one. And so this time it'll be number 25. It'll be the gasket. We just need one of them. Open, and there we go. And then we'll hit escape. Okay, different color. That helps us to see that. Okay, now the next one, we're going to come down here, and we're going to pick number 26. And open, and then we will select that and we'll hit escape. So we've gotten those parts. Now the next one is the screw, and so we'll come over here and we're going to pick 27 and open, and then we'll pop them in here. We'll put 8 just like that. So we now have all of our components that we're going to put on to this assembly. So how are we going to do it? Well, let's sort of move that one over, and then we're going to grab the corner of this bar and sort of look at this. Now remember, metric, when you set them up with the Rubicon there, the 3 planes, it works a little different than it does if it's in English. We wouldn't be having the problems with flipping and stuff like that. Okay, so now we're going to come up to constrain. Remember, we did this in the last chapter, and things are still circular, so we can go to insert, sort of. Actually, yeah, well, do we want to insert them? Yes, no. We actually want to come to the first one, and the first one is, we're going to put these together. Now, you can face the 2 surfaces in the same direction, or they can face each other. This time we're going to mate them. There's mate and flush. Let's pick mate. And here, if we select this surface, coming up, that means we need to pick the bottom of that one. So we'll come here and we'll grab this cube, and then we will select that surface just right there. Okay, and it sort of looks like that, and we're going to apply it. Okay, it's okay. Now, the next thing is we're going to do an insert, and I'm going to pick the inside of the circle here and the inside of the circle there. And notice that it happened to have lined up perfectly on all those. Okay, so we're in pretty good shape. So we'll apply that and then close that out. So our first assembly is okay. So we have our base chamber, and then we have our gasket there. Okay, so the next thing is right here. Now I'm going to come back to constrain, and again this time we're going to come down, we're going to do mate, and we're going to pick this surface right there. And if we're going to do that, then we'll need to pick the bottom of that one just like that, and then we'll come up here. So what it is those will now touch each other. Okay, so we'll go through there. Now we're going to come over to here, and for some reason it has automatically done that. So I'll pick apply. I've never seen it do that before. So there we go. Now, looking at that, yeah, I've got some bolts. It looks like they're right there. Okay, so here's what we will do. They're sort of upside down compared to what we really want. So we're going to constrain, and we're going to pick right here. We're going to insert, and we're going to go from, say, right here to right there. And then we're going to apply that. Okay, so let's see what happened. Well, it flipped it upside down, but the bolt's right there. That's good. That's good. So now we will pick this. We'll go, say, right here. And if you see through that, you can actually come right down to that there. And then we'll hit apply. And then we'll make sure we're here getting those. Well, no, we're inserting them, sorry. And then we'll go from right here to that one there. Notice we got 1, 2, 3. We will apply it. Got to put apply. Make sure we do insert. Get right there and right there. And then we'll apply it. Okay. Hello? Okay. So next, come back, make sure we got that. We're going to pick this right here and then right under there, return circle, apply again, come back and pick this one there and apply. And then come back again, select this one there and apply. Okay, so here's our last one. We'll go from here to here and we're going to apply, and then we can close that out. We've got our drawing done. Okay, if we flip it around like that, that is an excellent looking drawing. So that is what we are going to do. We could take that and we can make a drawing of it, but that's not what we're going to do. So next, we're going to move on. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save this as, and this one is going to be CAD 201-23 was what we were going to name it, and so we'll save it. Got to make sure you've got that. So you can see it pretty good. Now we're going to come up here and we're going to do a presentation, okay? And so we're going to explode this one, and yeah, we don't want to go to documents. We'll go to C. We'll go right back to where I was at. And 23 is what we were doing, and going to hit OK. Now, forget the storyboard and stuff, but we're going to work on tweak components. And looking at these, I'm just looking. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. If I raise them and separate them 2 inches each, that would be 2, 4, and 6. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to select this one, and we'll right click like we learned in class, and well, I didn't do it. I guess grab that. Well, just sort of going to grab that part, and then I'm going to move that up 6 inches. Okay, now I'll click that so we can see it. If we do them one by one, we'll be able to see these better. So next, we'll come up here, grab that little arrow, and we'll make that 6. I thought about, should we just move them all over? Well, tweak again and grab that one. We'll make it 6. And then tweak, grab that, move it up, make it 6. It's looking pretty good. Tweak, grab that, 6, okay. Tweak, click on it, grab the arrow, and there's a lot of things that we can do with this. It's looking good. Grab that, make it 6 inches. And then we will tweak the component, and we're going to grab the last bolt, move it up 6 inches. It looks good. You can see an elliptical pattern that measures that. The lines show you how they're connected and everything. We could even rotate them bolts if we wanted to. We will tweak. We're going to pick this plate. We're going to move that up this way. This time we're going to go -4 because the arrow's flipped. And so it's moved there. Okay. Now we're going to tweak component. I'm going to grab this here. It's upside down, so we'll grab that and we'll go -2 and enter. Okay. So that's sort of exploded. That's how we've looked at the part. We can move it in other directions, but that looks good. And pardon me for that. So we have that, and notice if you come down here, you can play it, and it'll pull it out. So it makes a really nice animation. You know, if you were making something and you were sending it out and it was to be assembled, well, hey, you could do this and it would show the person that purchased it exactly how to put the part together. A lot of the times this is what our drawings are and what they consist of. And you can even click the other arrow and it's going to assemble it going backwards. It'll show them, hey, you put the casket, you can put the cover, you can put the bolts on it. You know, you can even show a certain order if you need to. This is going in the reverse order that we had. So it does look pretty good. It looks really good. Okay, so I think our goal here is to do that. And then of course we're going to save that. And yep, it's 23. That's what we want. And we'll hit OK. All right. Now while that's going, we're going to come up here and we're going to finish this. You've done this. We got that. Now we got a drawing. Got to finish it with a drawing, right? And this is where we needed to create a vertical drawing. And so we're going to put our base in here. And of course at the bottom I've gotten all these. Now that one looks pretty good. Will a 2-to-1 work in there? We don't know yet. We'll hit OK. And then we'll grab this and see, will it all fit? It looks like it's going to. So we can maybe come over here. Now I'll right click and edit the view, and then I'm going to shade it. Might as well shade it, right? Yeah. And oh, that looks completely awesome. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to annotate, and you know, we're not dimensioning. We would do that in the drawings. So basically we're going to come over here and we're going to do a parts list, right? We're going to select right in that red box, okay, and we're going to hit OK. Yep. And here we go. Now zooming in on this, we got the 4 parts. We could even come over here and give them a name. So we could say right click and edit the parts list, and so we would come up here and number 24, make sure your caps lock is on, is going to be called the base chamber. Number 25 is gasket, and number 26 is the cover plate, and number 27 is the screw. we can apply that. Notice, works right over there on your drawing. So we've got that done. Now, the next thing, we're going to do the balloons. I like to do them singular because you can sort of control them, how they look. I'll come over here. Remember, never go straight out or straight up. Always come over with the angle and give it a little shoulder, which is at 90 degrees. Right click and continue. Okay, so we've got part number 1. Looks good. Okay, so we'll come over here. We'll get part number 2. If you can get them to be sort of close, that would be nice. Sometimes they'll line up, but sometimes not. Right click and continue. We got that. Okay, we'll click this one. Again, we'll come up, over, right click and continue. And here we'll just pick the nearest one. And obviously we can't go at the same angle, so we'll come over something like that and click, right click and continue. So we have those. Next, we'll come over here. We'll come up to text, and we're going to come up here and we will type in Southeast Kentucky, enter, community, ampersand, technical, college, and then we'll middle center those. And it looks really good up here. Next, we're going to put the title in. And so what is our title going to be? Taking a look at this, it is an assembly drawing. We've created everything that is in this. So we are looking at, let's call it a base chamber assembly. If we knew more about the drawing, we could do that. We'll highlight this one. We're going to change it to 0.24 and middle center that one. Always, that one's always twice as large as the rest of them. And then we'll hit save while we're here. And there's 23. And we'll go just all okay. It's going to pop the drawing in there. And as the number appears, so we'll come up here second from the bottom. It's done that. And we have finished the drawing. Thank you all for this.